Hello, spooky friends, and welcome to another live streaming episode of the Scary-ish podcast.
Woo!
And we're here for another story time.
We are indeed. Are you excited?
I am excited. Hopefully it'll be really good.
So far, so good. We haven't had all the technical difficulties that plagued us last week.
If you've never joined us before, I'm Robin Grace, and this is Adam Diaz.
Hello.
And we're here to read some of your homegrown horrors. And what those are some creepy experiences, stories from you, your grandparents, your parents.
But only those people, no one else. Don't send us anyone else's stories.
You know, like your family members or yourself have experienced and have decided to share with us. And we, in turn, get to share it with all our spooky friends.
Indeed.
So it's kind of cool.
We appreciate everything you guys send to us, too. And if you guys have a story that you're looking to share with us, or if you just want to reach out to us and let us know what's happened to you and you're not looking for it to be shared on the podcast, either or, you can reach out to storytime@scaryish.com. That is our email address. You can also go to facebook.com/scarishpodcast. You can message us there. Please like our page. We hit 600 likes this week.
Yes, it's awesome.
Very excited about that. You can also go and join the Scary Spooky Friends group, and you can post it there if you'd like some instant feedback for your story. You can also join the Discord. Best way to do that is to go to scaryish.com. On the right-hand side is a link to the Discord, which is basically like a giant chat server for those of you who have never used it. It's really fun. We have like 130 people in there so far.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's
a lot. We just added a dad joke channel, courtesy
Yes.
of Connor McShakenbake, who started us out with, I can't even remember the joke what it was, but it was really good.
You know what joke I heard one time?
What?
What does a vampire's phone sound like when it rings?
What?
Bang, bang.
That's so bad.
But
it's such a
when I
good dad
first
joke,
heard
but it's
it-
such a bad joke.
When I first heard it, it made
Wow.
me laugh so hard.
My favorite one is, what is Mario's favorite material? Denim, denim, denim. That's my favorite one.
What's Bruce Lee's
Oh,
favorite
God.
drink?
What? Yeah, I knew that one, so I got that one down. And then, of course, let's get back to that. If you guys want to reach out to us via Twitter, you can reach out to us at ScaryishPod. 280 characters, so choose your words wisely. Or you can reach out to us on Instagram. Some of you guys have started doing that, and that is at ScarishPodcast, correct?
Yes.
Because our naming
Yep.
convention changes constantly, and we do apologize
Yes.
for that.
Yep.
So let's take a quick second to look over at Stream Chat and see what you guys have had to say to start this wonderful episode off. And Robin, I see you're already looking in there, so
Okay.
start reading some of those, and I'll look over here.
Boop 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 boop.
I see that Jamie says that she's watching and her friend's at the hospital in labor. She's with her friend at the hospital, and her friend is in labor. So that's dedication, and that means a lot to us. And I know hopefully everything goes well for your friend.
Yeah.
So.
Carly says that she's currently being bitten in the face by an adorable kitten, and
Worth
it's
it.
a black kitten, and it's probably the cutest thing I've seen in a while. And I'm just like, oh my god, I want to pet it so bad.
It is super cute. Super cute.
And my jacket is the Hufflepuff jacket, obviously, because Hufflepuff.
Yeah, everyone's looking
Yeah.
at the logo. That's what everyone's
Yep.
looking at. Nice boobs. What else do we have? We need to have a Sydney meetup then, currently at work in Newtown. I don't know where that is, but it looks like we have a lot of listeners down in Australia, so maybe we should go down there one of these days.
I would like to go to Australia as long as I don't have to run into giant bugs.
As long as someone can provide me with an umbrella so when it rains spiders, I don't die, I just have a heart attack, that would be preferred. Also, it's supposed to be a really long flight. I'm pretty sure, and I'm not sure if this is the exact time, it's supposed to be 286 hours to get to Australia.
What?
So it's totally a joke. I don't know why you
Oh.
take all the things I say seriously. So what else
Okay.
do we have on here? Esmeralda over on YouTube says, hello.
Hello.
Tanya also says, hey, peeps. Hey. So we have a lot of people joining in, or just, a good amount of people joining in, but we appreciate everyone that's
Yeah,
decided to
thank you
stop
so
by.
much. Let's have you say your story first.
You want me to start?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do that. I cannot do that. I can do that. So here we go.
Okay, thanks.
This first one is just called Storytime, and starts out like this. Hey. Hey. This is Livy. I think it's Livy.
How's it spelled?
Livie.
Okay.
Livy. How you doing, Livy? Greetings and salutations. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. That's what they say in Demolition Man.
Oh, yeah.
I am a listener from Spotify. Shout out to Spotify. I've been listening for a month now, and I'm all caught up, and I'm waiting for more. It's good to know. I'm glad people binge it, because I didn't know that we'd ever create something that people would think was binge-worthy.
I can't believe we have a catalog large enough to binge.
Yeah, I'm happy we do,
So-
though, because a lot of people that were listening were saying, like, I wish you had more episodes, and now we do. So that's a good thing. I have a more of a feel good story than anything. Cool. We like that. That's good. It's not always have to be, spooky and scary.
Right.
So a few months ago, my best friend passed away.
Tell me
So much
more.
for feel good.
That's,
Wow. He just, cat is going one way and then turns the other. They smoked and they were really sick, but they refused to get help, so they passed away. That sucks when people won't help themselves. It was a few months after their death, and all of a sudden I felt like something was extremely wrong. My mom got a call from my best friend's son saying that he and his wife got a divorce. I was in a deep depression at this time. The one night it got so bad that I was about to kill myself. Wow.
Holy crap.
If you ever get that low and you're just like, I have no one to talk to, message us. I'm dead serious. Just fucking message us. There's a million different ways to message us, and I'm not saying that we're mental health professionals and we'll be able to talk you off a ledge.
It's just someone to talk to. Sometimes, like, you just need to vent, and that's why we have the mental health channel
in our Discord, where a lot of people go in there and they're like, hey, here's the shit I'm dealing with, and it's a good thing to do because sometimes you just need to get it off your chest. So I will get back to the story now because that's quite a cliffhanger I left everyone on.
Thanks.
So but I heard my best friend's voice, the sound of them saying, don't do it, too many people love you, you need to live, my son needs you, and so do your parents and siblings, I still love you so much.
Aww.
Goodbye. I started to cry. I felt like I needed to stay here. Now I can still feel their presence. I'm sorry this was so long. It really was not, and that's totally
it's really
okay.
Short to the point.
But I love you guys. You can read this on the podcast if you want. Here's a picture of my Omen baby. Her name is Lucy, and it's a really, really cute, fluffy dog. So thank you so much for sending that in. That's a really personal story that you chose to share with us, and we really appreciate you sharing that with everyone and telling us that we could share it with other people too, because a lot of people get low. I mean, honestly, it's something that definitely happens, and I think it's important to know that even if you don't have an experience like this, that there's so many people that wish they could whisper that in your ear and let you know, like, hey, people love you, like, please don't. So that's a strong one to start out on. I won't say a sad one because I think it had a really good ending, but it's sad that your friend passed away, but I'm glad that they were there for you one last time.
Yes.
So cool. What did you guys make of that over in the stream? Let's check it out. It wasn't a very long one, so there's not a whole lot in there.
Yeah, there's not a lot in there. Lots of pictures of Carly's new kitty, who's named Salem Saberhagen.
What? There's pictures in the Twitch?
No, in Discord. Did I say Twitch?
Yeah, you just said there's lots of pictures. I said we're looking at stream
in the
chat.
Discord.
What are you talking about?
It's because I ended my sentence mid-sentence and started a new sentence. But yes, there's pictures
Sentences.
in the Discord.
Hooray!
Connor asks, what flavor is he?
Okay, there's not a whole lot over there. You're just sort of reading it to yourself right now, which doesn't make for good radio.
Oh, yeah, no.
All these people have tuned in to watch us read, so you're welcome, folks.
What is a roo tick in Australia? Is our
I would guess a kangaroo tick, a tick that goes on a kangaroo.
Oh.
That would be my guess. I don't know why. How is it spelled? So, are you gonna help me out here? How is it spelled? Do you know?
ROO, roo.
Oh, yeah. Tick. I'm gonna guess it's a tick that goes in a kangaroo. That makes the most sense. Taylor over in YouTube says, I just finished binge listening to all the episodes and now I'm caught up. It took me 3 months to listen to all of it, but now I don't know what to do with my time. LOL. I know what that feels like. And honestly, like, I restart a lot of the podcasts that I listen to just because I want to just hear it over again.
Like you're on your 50th time listening to The Adventure Zone?
It's my 4th time, and I'm like 40 episodes in. But honestly, like, I was trying to find music to work out to at the gym, and it was going well, and then I got sick of everything, and I put on Adventure Zone, and guess what? It's fucking awesome. I listen to an episode every time I work out, so it's a good time. I'm not suggesting that you go back and, like, listen to us all over again, but if you do, hey, thank you. Yeah. Appreciate it.
AKM 105 is following us. Thank you so much for following us.
Thank you. We really, really appreciate that. I wish I could run the ones that happen when we're off the air, but because we do use Streamlabs OBS and it's a relatively new program, which is still in beta, it's not saving them anymore. It goes from like 7 days ago till now. So if any of you guys have followed us on YouTube or on Twitch, thank you so much for doing that. In the meantime, we appreciate you so much. So are you going to go ahead and start with your second one? Or your first one, I should say?
Yeah, I'll start on mine now.
Okay.
So mine starts out, yo dogs, my name is Justin, also known as Glitchgrim.
What up, Justin Glitchgrim? Oh, this is a really good time to break in.
Oh.
I just want to do a quick break-in. So we had this contest that you guys have heard about.
Weeks ago.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be announced, I think, last week to let you guys know who won. It was for everyone that was liking the episode, sharing it on their channel or their page or whatever, and then commenting with a friend to listen. And we did the tally today because it was late. And by far, the most entries that we had were from Justin, a.k.a. Glitchgrim, and he did indeed win the contest.
Nice.
So congratulations, Justin / Glitchgrim, who I'm pretty sure is actually listening to us and watching us live right now.
Yeah.
So we'll totally reach out to you. We'll reply to this email, in fact, to get your mailing address, and we'll send you your box of goodies.
Cool. Sounds
Congratulations. Good. Hooray for Glitchgrim. Yay. Maybe I'm going to put like cheering in the background right here. So when it releases, Glitchgrim has to listen to it again. Because at this point, it's going to be like a crowd cheering in the background. And then one guy farting. Maybe. I don't know.
What the fuck? That's unnecessary. Okay, anyway. So this email continues. I've been meaning to send in my haunted apartment story for a while, so I'm just going to jump into it. So me and my boyfriend moved into his to this apartment about 3 years ago. Don't know if it was one or the others. I don't know. I said his for some reason. First thing we noticed on moving day was a pentagram with 666 above it next to the door.
I mean,
think that's an immediate nope.
Those are pretty common. You can find those in the like section in Michael's where it's like live, laugh, love. The stuff that you put on your door frames. I'm pretty sure that's there. Also, I just want to point out your Bixby for some reason activated, and it's recording everything we're saying, and it's hilarious.
Oh my God! Stop.
Way to go, Bixby.
Stop talking.
Shout out to Samsung or whoever it is that runs Bixby. I don't know.
That was a huge paragraph. Okay, so first thing, I already did that. It looks like they tried to remove it, but you can still see it faintly. So a few weeks into being there, we started noticing cans and empty bottles of water in the kitchen would crunch and crinkle. We thought nothing of it at first. Then, after weeks of it still doing it, we were kind of like, what the hell?
I would be too,
So
man.
we started joking that our ghost is messing with bottles. Little did we know, we were right.
Little did we know. I love that phrase. Also, a quick shout out to AKM 105. AKM 105. They followed us, but they just subscribed to us as well. So thank you so much. We appreciate you.
So after the bottles started, we started noticing small black shadows running across the floor.
Fuck that. Move out. That's the spot where I'm gone.
No, I would have moved out seeing the pentagram on the thing. You know, weird things happened in there. Like, I don't know.
Well, like that's something that a kid could do as a prank, or someone could just have left there. When you start seeing black shadows running around, that's when I'm like, fuck this.
It could be a mouse.
It could. Okay, well then your house is infested with mouses.
And
that
the devil.
rhymed. Oh my God. And the devil. Well, obviously.
Okay, so we don't have any pets, so it couldn't be that, and you would only see them out of the corner of your eye. I would ask him over and over again, do you see those? And he said yes, but I thought I was the only one, so I never said anything to you. Then he told me while I'm at work and he's sitting there playing games, he can see his shadow, see the shadow of someone standing in the hallway, and sometimes hear somebody say, hey, Steve, which is his name, and no one's there, and I'm not home.
That's super fucking creepy. Because it's either someone you know messing with you, which makes this like hard to be skeptic about.
Even somebody you know wouldn't you'd be able to tell, I feel, if it were an actual person standing in your house.
Who out there has ever decided like I'm gonna torment someone so bad they think that they're being haunted by a ghost until they go crazy or move out of their house? I'm sure someone has, but man, you'd have to be like a next level asshole to do that sort of thing. So I don't know. That just makes me a little bit less skeptical about this whole thing. Keep going.
All right. I kind of looked at him like I didn't believe him until at night when I would be watching videos on my phone, I would see this shadow in the hallway out of the corner of my eye. It looked pretty tall, about 6 feet, all black, and I can never really get a good look at it, but as soon as I try to focus my eyes on it, it moves.
Sounds like something that was erased by the Voidfish, for those of you who listen to Adventure Zone like I do. You don't get
I was
that.
about to ask what a voidfish was.
It's just something from that particular series, that D&D thing. It means like it's information that gets fed to the Voidfish gets erased from anyone who hasn't drank from its like water. So if like you were looking at something that's been erased by the Voidfish, it would always be blurry. So I've ruined this scary moment with being a huge nerd. My bad, dogs.
I just think about the silence from Doctor Who.
That's a good one too. That one's such a good that whole like concept behind them where they look down at their arms and they're just covered in check marks for every time they've seen it. That's just like, holy shit, that's super fucking creepy.
For me, what freaks me out outside of watching that show is whenever I walk into a room and I forget what I was doing.
You do that a lot though.
No, yeah. But I've read somewhere, someone posted on Tumblr or something where it was like every time you walk into a room and you forget what you're doing, it's because you ran into the silence or an alien or something and they made you forget.
I don't think an alien has that much time to spend erasing my and your memory at the same time, because I do that shit all the fucking time too.
They're everywhere.
So, I mean, they must be super bored. Like, that has to be the case. There has to be better stuff for a higher life form to do than just erase, like, what did I come in here for? Oh, to poop. It's the poop room. I'm kidding. That's not one of the things. I just couldn't think of something really fast.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I think of anyway. All right. So bottles still crunch in the kitchen. We still see things running across the floor all the time, and we see the shadow person every once in a while. Not really sure what happened in that place. It's nothing malicious, but it happens more often than not. A couple nights ago, while I was watching videos on my phone laying in bed, the closet door handle, I don't like where this is going,
was perfectly fine, and I slept like a baby. I'm sure that's how that sentence is going to end.
The closet door handle started to move like it was trying to be opened from the other side. I asked him, "Do you see that?" And as soon as he looked at the handle, it stopped. We just have random
It's
stuff.
like, oh shit, they saw. It's like super embarrassed out there. The ghost is like, damn it, every time.
What if ghosts are like that?
I mean, if I was a ghost, I don't think I'd be super adept at it right away. I think I'd be a bumbling fool, and I think I'd fuck stuff up sometimes.
You do that now.
I know. So why wouldn't it stand to reason that I would also do that in the spirit realm?
This is true. We just have random stuff happen like that all the time. It's kind of crazy, but it's also interesting. It's scary.
Yeah. Honestly, like, I've had really bad things happen to me in my life, and like in the middle of them, I've like looked at people and been like, just so you know, this is going to make a really good story one day, because it really will. And you kind of realize that as you're going through it. It doesn't make it any less awful or any less scary. But sometimes you just have to sort of step back and realize, like, this is interesting. Like, this is actually kind of interesting. And it's like when you're watching a horror movie, like, you know what I would have done? And then everyone talks about shit that they would never have the balls to do.
Yeah.
It's like when you're living through it, then you're like, okay, well, now's the chance. Like, actually do what you said you were going to do. So it can be interesting if you just decide to look at it that way. It's all about your perspective, people.
That's true. Sorry if it was a long story, and if I missed anything, I apologize. It was not at all long. You're fine.
It was way too short is what she's saying. WTF, Glitch Grim.
Shut up.
Why are you being so mean today?
Why are you so mean?
I'm clearly joking. Jeez.
All right. I love your guys' podcast.
Aw,
I listen
thank
to
you.
it all the time, and I try to be on every Twitch stream, not scream. Jesus.
Somebody scream. That's
right.
a really old Dane Cook joke. I don't know why it just came to my brain.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Glitch Justin, for always being on our streams. And
we appreciate all of you guys that are in here, whether it's your first
Yeah.
time or you're here all the time. We definitely remember the name, so thank you guys so much. We appreciate you.
You guys are couple goals.
Aw, thank you.
You're okay. Just saying.
I hate you so much.
Keep up the great work. Thank you for reading this. Also, shout out to the Discord. Everyone in there is so amazing and nice, and this is the best community I've ever been a part of.
Honestly, me too. And everyone in the Discord is fantastic. So huge shout out to Carly for getting that going for us. We really, really appreciate you. Because honestly, if like she wouldn't have done that, I don't know if we would have even made one.
Yeah.
So and shout out to Tornado because he helped us improve it a little bit after Carly had already gotten it going. She did a lot, and then he came in and he put on some finishing touches. So
nice.
Thank you to those guys who helped us build it out, or those folks who helped us build it out, and everyone that populates it because you guys are friggin' amazing. And
you literally everyone that listens and interacts and does everything that you guys do to support us. We could not be here without you.
Yeah, it means a whole lot. So I really want to say that it really does. Like, I checked iTunes today. I check it like once or twice a week now, trying not to be too obsessed with it. But we got 2 more reviews. We're up to, I think, 98 now. And they were both 5 stars. And it's really good to see when you guys write reviews or just leave ratings that like people are still listening and they're still going out of the way to go to iTunes. Because even if you don't listen on iTunes, it's just easy to pop over there. You can go to scarish.com. And one of the articles at the very top says, you know, rate us here. And you can click there and drop a review, and those always really, really help. I never thought we'd have a podcast that would get close enough to 100 reviews.
Yeah.
And we're almost
so
there.
cool.
And all but 3 of them are 5 stars. So it's just really encouraging. It makes us want to keep going. And the fact that you guys enjoy listening, like, that's just awesome. Like, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Like, you guys supporting us, and we just keep producing content. So
You guys are so nice.
you guys really are. You guys are fantastic. And quick shout out to Swazzles. They subscribed on Twitch. So thank you so much, Swazzles. We appreciate it. So speaking of Twitch, let's take a quick break and look at the stream chat and see what's going on over there. I took a peek out of my eye, and I laughed because I saw people saying that Bixby was activated by the podcast. And then someone's like, I hate Bixby.
I like Bixby. I like it because we used it a lot while we were in Japan, and we were able to kind of read some signs or some items that we couldn't necessarily read because I don't know a lot of kanji. And it was really helpful because you could just lift your phone up and it would insta-translate for you, which was really cool.
It was super helpful because the one that I had was the Google Translate one, and that one was giving me so much shit. But I will say the Google earbuds that are supposed to compete with the AirPods or whatever they're called
Yeah.
from iTunes, they now have Google Translate built into them, and they can translate language in real time.
I want it.
I really want to try that out because we're totally going to go back to Japan at some point. I'm going to fucking use that. I'm going to look educated, and it's going to be awesome because I'm dumb.
Glitch says best day ever. OMG.
Aw, I'm glad. Connor does confirm that kangaroo tick is what a roo tick is, and they are so much bigger than normal ticks. Back in the Midwest, we had deer ticks, which were way bigger than normal ticks. Like, they were the size of a quarter before they were engorged. And if they got into a tick and they just got huge. Okay, so you guys kind of know that I play D&D. I have a D&D group I meet with almost every Thursday, depending on whether or not we're traveling. My character had a bunch of leeches put into their drink, and I drank it without checking, because that's stupid. Don't ever do that in D&D. And they got lodged in my throat. So after I survived that ordeal, my DM was nice enough to post in our Facebook group an actual video of a leech lodged in someone's nasal cavity that, like, they had to go to the doctor to get pulled out. It's very gross, and it's a huge fucking
You
leech.
watched it?
Yeah, I had to. So you start watching it, and you're like, ew, and you're watching through your fingers like it's a horror movie, and you don't want to see it, but you have to see the conclusion. I didn't have anyone there to do the Robin thing, where I close my eyes and tell someone, like, describe to me what's happening. Which is what she always does.
That's how to watch a horror movie, everyone. You have your hands like this, and then you close your eyes.
Covering your mouth.
And hope that someone will tell you what's going on.
Glitch Grim says roos can't go backwards. I did not know that. I know sharks can't go backwards.
What? My mind is
Sharks
blown.
can't swim backwards. Yeah, they can slow
Can
down
any
and they can
fish
come to
go
a stop.
backwards?
I don't know. I'm not a fish. I just know they say that in Deep Blue Sea. It could totally be bullshit, and I've known that for 20 years, and it's like nonsense. But I trust what Thomas Jane tells me. So.
All right.
No one knows what you're reading. You're just laughing to yourself at this point.
I'm reading all the hate on Bixby. Like, Carly hates Bixby. Connor's like, I disabled my Bixby.
Valerie over in YouTube says, haha, you activated my Bixby.
Really?
Bixby's just the fucking worst.
I don't know. I enjoy it.
Melissa over on YouTube says, y'all make hours at the office go by so much faster. I love you both.
So
Thank you for doing what
much.
you do. Thank you.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you for taking your time to actually stop in. Girl Panic, thank you for stopping in on your work break.
We
That's
appreciate
awesome.
all of you. You guys are fantastic for stopping by. Honestly, like, I know our numbers aren't like skyrocketing super high or anything like that, but just seeing that we have the people that we have in the stream means a lot to us. Because when we were starting to do these on air, we were like, even if we only get like 3 or 4 people, we're probably still going to do it. But I don't know. You guys are very consistent in showing up, and we appreciate that. And eventually, you know, other people will come, and you can be like, I was there like before anyone else. It's like the person that's like, it's like that Patton Oswalt joke, like, yeah, I saw Radiohead when there was only like 6 people in the crowd. Like, you get to be those people and be like, we were there at the beginning, bro.
Carly,
go ahead.
Carly said that the door handle thing makes her think of Hill House. We still haven't watched it.
Almost started.
We almost started. Yeah. Instead, we started watching McConnell's Curious Creations.
She
or
bakes.
Something.
It's like a macabre show.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. A lot of the characters that are involved. I thought it was just going to be like a baking show. And a lot of the characters, like, they have storylines. And I was like, wow, this is a bit much. Like, get back to the shit. She made a dress, which I thought was awesome. Like, she showed how to sew and how to make a dress and told people, like, it seems intimidating, but it's not that bad. I was like, this is really fucking cool.
Yeah.
So I like that it's like, she is like the evil Martha Stewart. But she doesn't seem evil.
I think it's more like,
you know what? She's the good Martha Stewart. She's the good Martha Stewart, because Martha Stewart seems pretty fucking evil.
I think she's like the macabre version of Mr. Rogers, where she like invites everybody in and is like, kill them with kindness. And
but
then
literally kill them. No.
But her little raccoon friend's like, it takes so long.
That's so funny.
Or something like that. It's just really cute.
Just check it out. It's good to check out. Tanya over in YouTube says, I think I read somewhere that doorways are an quote in between zone, kind of like an end to something and a beginning to something else. That would make sense, actually. So I wonder if it's weird, if it's like bad to have a door frame somewhere that doesn't have an actual door on it for that exact reason.
We have arches. Isn't that the same thing?
No, I mean, I don't know.
We don't know.
I'm talking about like an exact door frame with a door taken off would just be creepy to me.
Okay. Pancake says, can you guys help me think of baby names? Oh.
Boy or girl?
Okay. That'll probably take a while.
Right.
Glitch says he loves the cat from that show. I really like the cat, especially because it's voiced by Nathan Fillion.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wait, the angry one?
The mummy cat.
Okay, and then it's a raccoon who has the
fork for
an arm. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. It's hard
sorry,
to keep
these are
track
weird
of this
details.
weird shit.
But I really want to watch that Hill House one because everyone's saying it's really good and sounds interesting.
I think we watched some horror movie that we wound up not liking too much recently, but I can't remember what it was. We keep putting on just random stuff we see on Amazon or Hulu or whatever the case may be.
So many.
We finished Castle Rock. I think we talked about that last episode. So Pancake says, boy. Okay, I don't know. I mean, I've heard a lot of them. I don't want to give some away because Egon's a good one. I like Egon. Raymond, you can call him Ray. Winston's a good one. And Peter, just shorten it to Pete. The ones I really like, obviously, like I'm going to save. But I don't know. I don't know what your style is. Like, I have a friend who is in like
Star-Lord.
Endless debate. I hate you so much. He's named Peter, by the way, also.
Exactly.
So Peter Quill. But yeah, I have a friend who's in an endless debate with his fiance about whether or not they get to name their kid Cloud. So
I can't.
It's so funny. He loves Final Fantasy VII
like Final
so
Fantasy,
much.
Like, I don't think you could name your kid Cloud. You could name him Zach or Leon or a bunch of other names, but I don't think Cloud works.
Or Sid.
Or Sid.
There's a Sid
too.
in every final. It's hard. I'm really bad at giving people names. We apologize for that. We'll think of some as we go along.
All right, it's your turn to read.
It is my turn to read. So I guess I'll go ahead and get back to it. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to go ahead and mark that. It's marked. Okay, so this next one is subjected, or just the next one's subject is hello.
You're all subjected to
hello.
this.
Wow. And it starts out, hey, Adam and Robin.
Hey.
Hi. So I wanted to tell you a little bit of my sisters and my story about a dream I had when I was younger. Around the age of 5 to 7, I would always have horrible night terrors, which doesn't help with me being scared of the dark. That sucks. I've always had deja vu while dreaming, or just weird dreams in general. One night, I had been dreaming about my house. Like all children's dreams, it has bright colors and my family's weird wallpaper. Well, between the dining room and the hallway that leads to the garage are these wooden spindle bars. From the bars, you can look directly outside unless the blinds are drawn. Okay. I never saw my body, but it felt like I was being drawn towards the bars. But on the other side of the bars was the shadowy shape of a man in a top hat. It's probably Inspector Gadget.
All right.
Because he can, the helicopter thing comes out of the top and he just flies away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably not, though. It's your dream. I couldn't see his face, but I became so panicked that I woke up terrified to move. By this point, I would either crawl to my parents' bedroom with a blanket over my head, aw, that's so sad, or just pull the covers over myself and curl up in a ball. I'm now 23, and it wasn't until last Thanksgiving that my sister told me about how this same man she saw when she was about 10 or 11. My parents had yet to pick our... Okay, hang on. Let me just mark this really fast because this sentence is a little wonky.
Okay.
We're going to get through it, though. My parents had left... Okay, got it. My parents had left to pick our older sister up from the airport when she went into their bedroom to check on me, since I was basically 3 at this point. When she went in there, she thought it was our dad, but the lights were still off, and she could almost see him through the room. Okay, I messed that up again. Dang it. She could almost see right through him. She told me that he was a tall man and that he was wearing a top hat. She was so scared that she ran back to her room, locked the door, and pulled the covers over herself. It sounds like she abandoned her 3-year-old little brother to a ghost, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm reading this correctly.
Yeah. Well, wait. Did they lock themselves in, or did the brother lock themselves in?
No. This is the sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it says, too bad cell phones were expensive in the 90s, huh? Later I found cases and books about children all over the states seeing this shadow man in a top hat. Guess it doesn't help that our neighborhood is directly beside a cemetery and woods. Yeah, that's usually not a good thing for seeing spirits. Just gonna say it.
All right.
But that's my story. If you guys want to share it, you can, I guess. No one out of our immediate family actually knows about this. I guess it would be nice to hear that it's not something in books or, quote, television spooks. Thank you for reading, Marie.
Thank you so much, Marie.
Thank you for sharing that. We really appreciate it. I know I talked about it, I think, last week, that sometimes people have, like, a boogeyman that they see and they don't know why they're designed or decorated the way they are. I don't know how to describe it, but then they find out that other people have seen the exact same thing and it's super fucking creepy. I had the same thing happen to me when I was in like 6th or 7th grade. So thank you for sharing that. We really appreciate it. I hope we wind up getting emails that come in of people that have had similar experiences and that have like overlap in the things that they see. Yeah. It would be super fucking creepy, actually. Quick shout out to Color Me Claire, and the color has a U in it, so they must be from the UK.
Or Canada.
Or they just like spelling it that way. For following us on Twitch. We really, really appreciate it. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
So
I don't know why I was thanking you like I was thanking you.
I don't know. Quick look over to
Um,
Stream Chat and let's see what we missed.
Yeah, Chessie Cat says the Christine McConnell show that she's her attention to detail is amazing. It totally is amazing. The first episode where she takes a bite into the tarantula because it's like a snack candy type thing, but I was like, it looks so real.
And she made those bones out of like white chocolate and pretzels, or peanut butter and pretzels, and then she dipped it in white chocolate.
Yeah.
And then it wound up looking just like a bone. And then she bit into it. It's like, ew, that's fucking gross.
You're gross.
Hill House is seriously the best show I've seen in a long time. I have 3 episodes left, says Carly.
I can't believe that voice is not Nathan Fillion. The voice to the cat is not Nathan Fillion.
Didn't you just say it was Nathan Fillion?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Were you corrected?
Yes, and it sounds exactly like him. It sounds exactly like him. So last night I was like, it's Nathan Fillion. It sounds so good. It's so cool. And it's not. Now I'm sad. Really sad.
So we're not going to watch it anymore. You've just ruined it for whoever that was. Thank you.
I'm done forever.
McShake and Bake has cheered 1,500 cheers. Thank you so much, McShake and Bake.
Thank
we
you
love
so
you so much.
You're so nice, man. But yeah, I'll still watch that show. I'll just be very sad that it's not him.
Every time you hear the voice, you're going to be like, not Nathan Fillion.
All it sounds like is lies.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
Pancake says, thanks for the suggestions. I know they are terrible. You know what's a good name? Henry. I like the name Henry. I wouldn't name my kid Henry, but I really like the name Henry. I would name my kid Henry.
I would name my kid Henry.
We'll see.
Henry's
and
cute.
I would call him Indiana.
But Henry,
yeah, I would definitely call him Indiana.
Isn't Henry the name of the kid from Once Upon a Time?
I think so, yeah. You can also call a kid named Henry Hank. Or, crazy idea, you could call him Henry, because that's his fucking name. So, I don't know how some of these things wound up overlapping.
I like the character Hen from 911.
Henrietta? Is that her actual name? I hate you so much.
All right.
Tanya says, go Gadget Demons. I actually thought of Inspector Gadget earlier today. I don't know why. And I was mixing up Inspector Gadget with the bad guy, and I can't remember his fucking name. I just remember that at the end of every episode, he's like, I'll get you, Gadget. I just remembered that phrase in my head, and I was like, oh my god, Inspector Gadget. It hasn't populated my brain in 20 years.
Every time I think of the theme song for Go Gadget, it reminds me of something else entirely.
Do.
No, it starts making me think about Kim Possible or something.
Oh.
I don't know. It's dumb.
Well, I can tell you one of those was first, and it wasn't Kim Possible. McShake and Bake says Go Gadget haunting. You know what? Like, the Ghost Inspector Gadget has a lot of things that they can do, so both of those things work, I think.
Yeah.
Glitch Grim says hashtag take me to church. That's funny. I told her that I almost took that out, and she's like, well, I hear you sing it so much, because I really do sing take me to church constantly. Like, whenever I hear the words church or the phrase take me.
When I hear church, I think of Red versus Blue.
That's
Forever.
true.
Like,
Red versus Blue is so fucking good.
It is so good.
Zwazzle says it totally does. I think in reference to sounding like, what's his face? Nathan Fillion, but it's Michael Osterum.
Yes.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know. We'll look it up later, I'm sure. Boop, boop, boop. Pancake says we're thinking about Austin or Henry.
Color Me Claire is from Australia. That's why they use the U.
Nice.
There you go. More Australians. I'm so happy Australians watch this show.
Yeah.
You guys are the fucking best.
I'm going to say Connor spreading his seed.
Wow.
No, not like, I mean.
Should probably rephrase that. Just saying.
Plants. He's plant seeds.
There's a lot of you guys down there in Australia. Glitch Grim is from Australia too, right? Am I crazy about that? Glitch, are you from Australia? I don't know. You don't have to tell me.
No, he's from Texas.
You don't have to tell me where you're from. So, Valerie says, at Pancake, what about Karos? And they put in a pronunciation for me. Thank you. And it's K-Russ. K-Russ.
Nice.
Spelled K-A-R-O-S. I'm glad you put that there because I totally never would have gotten
yes, that. Yes. Zwazzle says spores.
Yeah, spores
also,
is much
Pancakes.
better.
I think Henry's a lovely name. If I got a vote, I would say Henry.
Henry's a good name.
All right. So
we can go to our next one, I think. And this next one is Robin's second one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, I'm keeping count this time so I don't mess up. All right. So this one begins. It's me, your girl, Krishna.
What up,
hey,
Krishna?
Those were way two different things. I don't know.
What?
Because you're like, what up? And I'm like, hey, girl.
I think they both like complement each other well, though.
All right.
Yep. Just keep going. Yes, and.
First of all, I got to say that I got a few of my friends to listen to you. Thank you. Shout out to my buddy Danny. And she was the one that told me that you guys read my email. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's nice to know.
That's really nice. I had given you guys a break so that I would have more episodes to listen to at work. So when she suddenly texted me that you guys were reading my email, I went to find it and listened to both episodes. I listened to it in the middle of shopping and was doing a little dance, ignoring the stares of the staff in the store.
That's hilarious.
I just want to say thank you for taking the time to read it, and I was glad to share that wonderful story of my Tio and hope to encourage more lovely stories from others.
Honestly, guys, if you send them, we will read them. Like
Eventually, yes.
we will get to them. We're at like a 2-month backlog. We've mentioned that before, and as that grows, we pick up more emails to read during the episodes, and that's all that it comes down to, because we want to make sure we actually get to these, because you guys are nice enough to send us your experiences, and we don't take that lightly. We really don't.
Yeah.
So don't bother. Okay, let me rephrase this. You don't have to ask whether or not we are going to read it or how long it's going to take. It's about 2 months after you send it. And I will say this just as a public service announcement. Every time we've been asked, every single time we've been asked, hey, when are you going to read my story? Which has not been a lot. It's only been a handful of times. But every one of them, we've replied to with, we've already read your story.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, I'm so happy you sent it to us. And then apparently stopped listening. And then apparently wanted to know when we were going to read it.
That makes us feel like shit.
A little bit, because it's like you sent us the story and then you decided you weren't going to pay attention to see if we were going to read it.
And then we spend an hour fishing through.
We seriously go through every single
episode.
one. So sooner or later, we're just not going to do that. We're just going to be like, okay, well, we're going to check and see it. What the first thing we do is, have we read it? Because that's the easiest thing to do, is just to reply like, oh, probably in October or whatever.
Right.
And every time we go to check it, it's like, oh, it's already marked read. So that must mean we read it. And then we're like, well, damn it. Now we have to check and see if we actually read it.
Right. And so we skim through, I think.
Do we skim possible? That's a Robin pun right there.
No, that was a horrible
Makes
pun.
no sense. There's no context to it except something that was said 20 minutes ago.
No, but we skim through episodes and we literally will listen to them.
Bless you.
Sorry. We listen to them and skip through to each story to hear and make sure it's in there, and then we message back like, this is the episode.
Which I'm just putting this out there, and I think most of you guys probably feel this way. It's like, it's probably something you should try and do before asking us to do it for you.
And it's just like, eventually we're not going to have the time to do that anymore.
Right.
And so it's just something that hopefully, if you have the idea of saying that we haven't read it yet,
just check.
Yeah, just check.
Just check. If it's been over 2 months and you have not heard it, then I understand shooting us an email. But at some point we're probably just going to reply like, we already read it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like we're literally hunting them down. Like, it's at the 14-minute mark of episode da-da-da-da-da-da.
It's getting rough.
It's because I don't have a job. I have the time to do that right now. That will not last forever. So just my public service announcement for this episode.
So anyway, it's nice to hear them since they give you some joy in a topic that's mostly negative. Anyway, you both asked for my wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey story. God, I hope I spelt that right. Looks good to me. I don't know.
Yeah, looks good. And you did it in the correct order, which I was yelled at about, because I always say timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly, because I like it better that way.
But time is non-linear, therefore, who gives a fuck?
You can just move it around. We're not saying who gives a fuck to the person that sent that in.
No, I'm just saying it doesn't matter what way you say it. You said it.
Timey-wobbly, wibbly-wimey. Boom. Fucking nailed a new way to do it.
I hate you.
Go ahead. You can get back to your thing.
All
I'll
right.
stop distracting you now.
I hate you so much. Okay, so this happened when I was 7, about a year, give or take, living in Jersey. I was sleeping in my room when I met my sister in my dream, and it went like this. Picture a house, a 2-story house with large windows, and every room was connected. The sun bearing down and letting in as much light as possible. There was absolutely no shadows. Now, imagine everything in this house in white, and I mean everything. Everything that you can think of was white around me. A white couch, white coffee table, etc. And it was kind of blindly white. So I'm imagining like...
Super bright,
like the architect type room in The Matrix.
Yeah, or not even the architect room, like the room where they load everything up. Where there's not screens, it's just like the white space.
Yeah.
But like maybe with walls.
Yeah.
And then she goes, I know Kung Fu. Oh,
kooky. I love The Matrix, just saying. It's such a good movie.
I love the first one.
And I love Constantine. Always.
We always talk about Constantine.
I know, because it's the best.
It's good. It's good. Let's keep going.
Okay. I've lost my place. I think the closest thing to getting a better idea is showing all of IKEA's white furniture, painting a whole house white, get big-ass windows to let the sun in, and boom. I stress this because of what happens in my dream. This was the setting. So it starts with me looking around the house before I suddenly am in the living room, sitting on the couch and face the TV. Another thing to add, which I found interesting, was that I wasn't 7 in my dream, but much older. I'm older in my dream, watching a movie that has Will Smith in it. I don't know why Will Smith was something I remember in the dream, but who knows?
Nah.
Is that from Men in Black? No.
No, that's Getting Jiggy with It.
Oh, sorry.
I saw that in a meme today, and I was like, who the fuck still quotes Getting Jiggy with It?
I like Wild Wild West.
I hate you so much. I've never seen the movie, so I can't trash it too badly. Don't do that. Don't make that fucking face. I did not want to go see a movie that was like rated like one of the worst movies of the year when it came out.
It's so good.
No, that's a lie.
I love it.
That is a goddamn lie.
You gotta watch it.
No.
It's okay. Whatever. Anyway, there was a scene where he was trapped and the building was flooding, and I wanted to know if his character would live. But then I felt an immediate presence beside me. I turn my head and see this little girl watching the movie with me, her eyes glued to the screen. She looked to be around 7, and I finally turned to finally turned to face me. I was very confused since there was no way I would have missed seeing her in this house. She just kept smiling at me. "Who are you?" I asked. "I'm your sister." And I started shaking my head. Not me, but the person. I don't know why.
You're reading an email. Yeah, I got it.
No, you're not. She nodded. And the person sending this email said, "No, you're not." And so the little sister nodded. And she goes, "Yes, I am." And again, the emailer, Krishna, shook her head. "No, I don't have a sister." She then grabbed my arm and hugged it, still smiling at me.
Aww.
"Well, not yet, but soon. And I'm your sister."
Wow.
I was shocked when she said that, and that's when I woke up. I'll never know if Will Smith's character lived or not.
Couldn't you just watch the movie? I mean, or wait, was this just a movie with Will Smith? For whatever reason, and it's probably Robin's fault, I'm thinking it was Wild Wild West that she was watching.
Well, in the beginning of Wild Wild West, Will Smith is in the water tower with a chick. I forget who the chick was, but
doesn't matter though.
I don't know, but the water tower tips over, and maybe that was it. Who knows?
So Will Smith okay, never mind. Let's just get off the Wild Wild West thing.
Okay. It's such a good movie. I don't know. All right. So, I ended up telling my mom about it, and she freaked out. I asked her if I was getting a sister, and she pulled me into my room.
She said, "Shut your goddamn mouth. Don't tell anyone. I'll kill you."
"You know?" she yelled. I shook my head and told her about the dream. Apparently, she didn't tell anyone she was pregnant, not even my dad. She asked what she looked like, and I described her as best as I could. She even asked if the girl had a name, but I told her she didn't, just that she was my sister. Sure enough, when the baby was born, it was a girl, but I never connected the dots together until my sister had turned 7. We had a 7-year age gap, just like in my dream. I turned to her one day and just stared at her until I realized that she looked exactly like the girl in my dream. And boy, was that a trip when I tried to explain to her why I was screaming. It was more like I pointed and said, "Aha!" at her.
That's so funny.
How do you say aha?
Aha! Like, you gotta put some oomph into it. You asked me to do that. I'm gonna mark that because that's gonna be loud. Sorry, people. Blame Robin.
But
I think it's weird that they didn't like ever examine their sister visually to see if they were the person that matched their dream until they were 7 years old.
Well, that's how old she was in the dream.
Well, yeah, but if she was 6.5 and I still remember that dream, I'm just gonna be staring at her like, "Do you look like that chick from my dream?"
Maybe she forgot about it.
That's very true. Could have been one of those things where it was a recovered memory 7 years later.
Yeah, it happens.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, but that's kind of cool. I think that's really neat because that's kind of like a deja vu thing for me, at least, where I dream about something and years later I'm in that situation that I was in my dream.
They're never important situations.
No.
They're always like, "I ate this Hot Pocket in a dream from 4 years ago."
For me, it's usually like I'm sitting there surrounded by a group of people and we're talking about a certain subject and I'm just like, "Holy crap, I've had this exact dream before." Right. So I don't know. Anyway, this continues. But yeah, that's the end of my story. I always feel like it's such a crazy story to tell, but I love it. I often have dreams depicting the future, but this was different because it was meeting someone in such an odd setting.
Right.
A few years back, I had a dream where I would meet my future children at a seaside fair. It was kind of similar to this one, dialogue-wise. I'm your blank. but this dream was over rather quickly while the other was slightly longer. Also, if you're wondering about the kids, there are two of them. The first was a boy and the other a girl. The boy was holding his sister's hand when they came up to me. I have little quick stories that I'll send another time. I don't want to make this super long. This won't be the last time you hear from me, though. Love you guys, and I hope everything turns out for Adam.
Aw, thank you.
Really sweet.
Me too.
Keep on creeping on, boys. P.S. Rob and I watched Oh My Ghostess, Train to Busan. I cry. And that's literally in parentheses. And Strong Girl Bong Soon before listening to your podcast, and it makes me happy to hear you watch it too. By the way, if you want a more serious K-drama, there's a show called Black on Netflix. I started watching it. I think I'm like 4 episodes or 5 episodes in, but it is such an interesting, different K-drama than I've ever watched in recent time.
I'm very happy that we're streaming this because I can't wait to rewind this and show you what you look like when you get excited about watching TV shows. Because like just seeing, I looked over so I could see it because you're like, I started watching that, and you were just going fucking crazy. Like they'll tell you in the chat. Yeah, okay. Lots of hand motions.
Not gonna give any spoilers, but there is a girl who can see how you die and a Grim Reaper that work together. Yes, I really like it. It's a really cool show, and
I don't remember all of it, but I was watching it with you. Yeah.
Yeah,
because you were putting it on constantly. You were addicted to it.
Yeah, it's really good. I really enjoyed it. I think the cop character in it turns out to be some weird thing. I don't know. I need to continue watching it. It's really interesting though. All right, so that is my story. Thank you so much, Krishna.
Thank you for sending that in, Krishna. We appreciate it. And keep sending us stories. I mean, you said you have more, and we definitely want to hear them. So we've enjoyed them each time you send them, and we usually do. So thank you so much one last time. And let's look over to Stream Chat and see what you fancy folks had to say.
That old chestnut.
It looks like Color Me Claire had to switch over to YouTube because the Twitch was freezing for them. Damn it, Twitch, WT fuck. It's getting very frustrating that seems to be a common occurrence. So, what else do we have? Glitch Grim lets me know that the villain's name is Claw from Inspector Gadget. So, I always, when I think of Claw now, I think of like Ulysses Claw from the Marvel Universe. So, that's why it probably got erased. Name. Why is that a horrible name?
Ulysses.
Ulysses is a good name. We had a president named Ulysses S. Grant. Come on. He was a general in the Civil War, and he became a president later. He was also a terrible president for any of you historians out there.
Carly said our pick for a name for a boy was Luca, but we ended up with 3 girls.
That's funny. Jessie Cat says, haha, I told Robin bless you out loud when you sneezed. That's so fucking funny. So you sneezed, and they said bless you wherever they are.
Thank you so much.
And then Glitch says, LOL, I wasn't the only one. That's fucking great.
Beep boop ba doop boop boo. White rooms make me nervous, says Swazzles. Yeah. White rooms just kind of freak me out because there's no way a room could stay so clean, so bright, like naturally.
The room we're in when we moved in was empty with all white walls, and it has a white closet organizer, and there are no doors to the closet, and the closet is also completely painted white, and so is the ceiling, and the carpet is white. So everything that you're seeing is all the stuff that we put to try and put some color in this fucking room because it was super white when we came in, and honestly, it was a little unnerving.
Really white.
It is. I think that's why this room is easier to light because it reflects so much all over the room, and it does cast shadows, which kind of sucks.
We need new lighting, though.
We are probably going to get some backlighting very soon. So.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the screen right now, and there's so many shadows.
I know. I mean, there's only just so much you can do. It's either we're very dark and we don't have shadows, or we have like well lit nonsense, and then we have shadows behind us. But we're gonna get a backlight and a couple of other things. I'm working on the setup. It took me like 3 to 4 hours to troubleshoot the nonsense that happened last week, which was just a nightmare. So that's thanks to your generous donations, to those of you people out there that donate through Twitch or Ko-fi or Patreon or whatever.
A lot. You guys have no idea how much it helps us out. Chessie Cat and Zwazzles both say Wild Wild West is a good movie.
Oh my god. You guys are going to make me have to watch this, and if it's bad, I'm going to have to start a new podcast just so I can talk shit about it. Oh, God.
Yes!
So do you want to give some of the details that we're thinking about for a possible movie podcast, or you still want to keep those secret? Maybe something just for the people that are watching the stream right now.
We'll record one episode first. We'll record an episode or two, and then...
Why? Why are we keeping it secret?
I don't know, because I don't want someone to record their episode first.
You don't want someone to steal our idea.
Yes.
That's fine. So what Robin is saying is she doesn't trust anyone watching us right now. JK, LOL, it'll be on the internet and then people can steal it from us. I get what you're saying. This is her angry face. She makes it constantly at me. It's because she takes everything I say seriously. She doesn't realize that everything I say is a joke, which is bizarre because she's known me for this long.
I hate you. Hate.
Okay, good to know.
So, beep, boop, beep.
Melissa Joan over on YouTube says, Robin, you're so cute when you get excited. Love the hand movements.
Thank you, because that's just me. I'm weird. Okay. You should see me in real life, though, for real. I've slammed my hand down on so many tables and freaked people out. Even people at work are like, calm down.
There's this thing that I used to tell one of my buddies. He's one of my closest friends from back home, that he would get so excited about stuff like he'd hurt things or people. And I'd always tell him, like, you're the kid who plays too rough. Like, that's what you are. And that is totally what Robin is, too. She's the kid who just gets excited and, like, in her excitement damages things or people.
Every person that I've dated, okay, most of the people that I've dated have been hit at one point or another. And not for anything other than, like, oh, thank you for the donation.
McShake and Bake donated $38.29. Thank you so much. We love you. And it says, I am so glad I'm in a country's width away from my significant other because I'd be beaten by now. I'm not spreading my seed around Australia. That's so fucking funny.
Okay.
Stop insulting McShake and Bake, Robin.
Okay. No, but like, because I am a big fist pumper in my sleep. So I usually, uppercut whoever. So I don't know.
Yeah, and it happens in like string. So if you get uppercutted one time, you're probably going to get uppercutted again.
I was almost broken up with because I punched someone in my sleep.
I was uppercutted, and then I went to move to my side of the bed, and I was uppercutted again the same night. And then I got up to go to a different room, and she's like, no. Made me lay back down. I didn't have any room on my side of the bed. She went back to sleep, and she had all the blanket. And I was like, this is an abusive relationship. Like, I need to fucking call somebody.
Hey, girl.
Don't touch. Carly says, I so wish y'all had done what my husband and I tried to do with the movie podcast. You guys would be perfect for that idea. We have something in the works that's similar. I mean, it's a movie podcast, but it's a little bit different from what you guys were doing. I really liked your guys' show. I really hope you guys get it back up and running. What else do we have? It was called, what was it, 2 Movies in a Pod?
Yeah, 2 films.
Two films in a pod. So if you guys getting up and running, then we will totally give you shout outs on our show so people can come check you out. Melissa says, oh my god, I slap my friend's thighs when I get excited. That's so funny. I slap my thighs so I know how hard it hurt or how bad it hurts. So to do that to someone else, that's just mean.
Sometimes at work, I have to stop myself from punching my coworkers because sometimes when I laugh, I like punch. And so I have to like stop myself because I don't want a harassment suit.
McShake and Bake says, Robin, stop, lewd stream. And then Eric Glitchgrim says, LOL, is she watching? What did you do? Did you whip out your boobs?
No. I don't know.
What did she do? Zwazzle says, I want to do a movie podcast, but I thought my critiques would be too intense or spoilery. Here's the thing about doing a movie podcast.
You're going to have spoilers.
You just have to say up front, like any episode that you do that has anything in it, it's going to have spoilers in it. That's just the way it is. Like I listen to Flophouse all the time, and I love to listen to movies I have already watched so I can hear their thoughts, but I also like to listen to movies I haven't seen yet, and then I wind up going to watch them anyways, so don't worry about being spoilery. And honestly, it just depends. Like, I listened to the Red Letter Media critiques, like, because I didn't like the prequels to Star Wars. And the Red Letter Media guy started off with I think he started off with the critiques for Star Wars, which are as long as the movies, if not longer. But he's super in-depth because he hated the movies so much, and his critiques are super harsh, but it's also fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
So if you've never seen those and you have like a lot of time to waste, like Red Letter Media on YouTube and watch episode 1, 2, and 3 critiques. He has like behind the scenes footage of the movies being made where he shows you how like no one had any clue what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
And it's really good. So honestly, don't worry about those things. Like don't let stuff like that stop you. Nathan C says, anyone seen Venom? Yes, we saw it. We actually kind of liked it. Oh my goodness.
It's not like a groundbreaking superhero movie, but it is very fun and very just it's a good time, you go to the movie, you sit there, you watch it, it's funny, it's just I don't know, I really like watching it.
I thought it was a fun movie. Like you can critique the shit out of it, and I understand why people said they didn't like it, but it's not going to change your life. It's not like you're going to go see Avengers Infinity War and it's going to like blow your mind away.
No, yeah.
But if you watch it, it's not bad. It's just not a bad movie.
If you're comparing it to something like Suicide Squad,
it's much better.
It's much better.
And I'm a DC guy, and I can honestly say it's much better.
Yeah. It's just
God, Suicide Squad was so bad. And apparently James Gunn is getting brought on to write the next one. So
maybe it'll be good.
yeah, I'm hoping it'll be good.
We'll see.
Shazam. Okay, this is just way too much like sidetracking stuff. But Shazam's bad guy is Black Adam, who's going to be played by The Rock. That's already signed, done deal. He's getting his own solo movie. They're saying that character is going to be introduced as the bad guy to Suicide Squad 2. Because he's not going to be in the Shazam movie with Zachary Levi, which looks fucking awesome. That's just how I feel, though. So I think we're ready just about.
That's funny. Glitch is like, I'm waiting for the weekend to see the covered face actor. Yeah, dude, for real. Like, keep that shit covered. JK.
The covered face actor?
Tom.
Yeah. Okay. Right on.
It's just a joke. Sorry.
Pancakes29 says, did anyone else see the light in the sky earlier today?
I didn't. I didn't realize there was a light in the sky.
I didn't either, yeah.
Is it another SpaceX launch?
Or an alien? Worst Joker ever. Make him leave. Yeah. I was really excited when I heard Jared Leto was going to do it because he's a good actor. But, man, that was just a really bad iteration of Joker. And it was a really bad editing job for that movie, too, because he filmed like 3 times as many scenes as they put him in there for. It was just
that sucks.
Not great.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the Joaquin Phoenix standalone film, which apparently does not fit in the DCEU, which is also apparently dead because Ben Affleck's being recast now, too. They've said that a million times, though, so we'll put that all in the movie podcast. Sorry, this is movie corner.
This is been a really long movie tangent.
Wazzle said, Suicide Squad was good if you go into it knowing it had no intention of being good. That is 100% true. That's how I felt about Justice League. I went in there being like, this movie was made by 2 different directors. It's going to have 2 different tones. Joss Whedon's like fingerprints are going to be on this, so it might be funny. And I wound up kind of liking it because I told myself like, this isn't going to be a good movie, but it might be fun to watch all these characters together. And it has cheesy lines. Everything that the Flash's dad says in that one scene is about speed. Like, you need to slow down. You're going too fast, Barry. And like every reference is to something like him being too quick or like needing to slow down. And I was just like, dude, how many fucking Flash puns are you going to make in one scene? His dad also, by the way, was Dr. Manhattan. That's the character. That's the guy who plays Dr. Manhattan in Watchmen.
Wow.
So, yeah. Not really Dr. Manhattan. I'm just way fucking off the rails right now with movie trivia.
All right. Pancake said something came out of Black Hole.
What?
I didn't see it.
You know what it was?
I haven't read it. I don't know.
It was Green Lantern. That's how they move all over the world. If anyone's seen that really bad DC movie. So, yeah. Ryan Reynolds almost killed his career.
You're getting out of this. Read your story.
Yes. I'm going to go back and read my story, Meow, because Robin's getting annoyed because she doesn't see all these films. Or she has, and they just suck. Ow, that was like hard.
That was a lot harder
than let's
than
not do that anymore. Thank you. So, this next one is my last one for the night, and it's also my longest one for the night, and it is called Partial Possession, I think.
I don't like where this is going.
It's a solid title, though, because we have an expectation already, and it starts out like this.
I expect...
Woo!
Oh, shit.
That's literally what it says with exclamation points and everything, so you can't be mad at me.
I was going to make a 007 joke now. I'm stupid.
What were you going to say?
I expect you to die.
I hate you. I wish our cat was in your lap, and you were petting it when you said that, though. Hey, guys. Let me begin this email by, like everyone else, by saying I love your podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you. We haven't really got emails that said that they hate our podcast, so let's just keep that going. If you don't like us, then don't listen to us, and also don't talk to us. We don't give a shit. So if you do, feel free to reach out to us. But if you're going to reach out to us to be mean, then just don't bother. Pretty please. Getting back to the email.
Shit got real quick.
Seriously, though, you guys, it's because I listen to Adventure Zone, and there's this part in Adventure Zone where they get a bunch of critiques on Reddit because they mess something up. And Justin, who's one of the people on this podcast about D&D, he's just talking about how people complain they didn't do something right. And he's like making fun of the fans. He's like, stuff it up your ass. Like, I don't care. Like, don't email us to yell at us anymore because they were just like so sick of it. He's like, I had to write this email while I was sitting around farting in my hand and smelling it. And I was just like, oh my God, I love it. What?
Okay.
Don't judge me.
Keep going.
That's the sort of shit I listen to.
Go on.
Let me keep going here. Seriously, though, you guys are the perfect blend of scary, funny, and heartfelt stories. That is what we're going for.
And it really helps that you all that send us your stories are a mix of scary, heartfelt, funny stories.
Which just shows that we have a need for all of them. So in short, you are a whirlwind of emotions, and I love it. I'm currently waiting for my flight, so might as well type my story. You guys can read this on your podcast or vodcast/Twitch. So that's awesome because I think right around this time was when we started doing the streams, and then people started sending like, oh, you can read this on the live shows.
Wow, how long have we been doing streams?
I don't know. Probably like 2 months, I would guess.
No way.
Right around there. Yeah, we have almost 10 episodes. I think we're getting close to 10 episodes up on our backlog for YouTube. Twitch does not save them unless you have like a Prime membership, and then it's only 90 days. YouTube saves them like forever. So I recommend if you guys are listening to this and you want to watch some live episodes, youtube.com/scaryish. Best place to find it.
Is it scaryish.youtube.com?
No.
Oh.
Not at all.
Whoops.
youtube.com/scaryish. Don't
Shit.
listen to Robin. She's
Okay.
trying to throw you off. I have a ton of scary stories. Some of them are my experiences, and the others are from my friends and family. I'll send them in a different email so it won't be too long. For now, this is the story I'm going to give you. I used to live in the Philippines, and this happened when I was 4 years old. Shout out to the Philippines and our
Bro, the
Filipino
Philippines
listeners.
has some spirits going on over there.
Seriously, they really do. I was accompanying my grandma for an early morning grocery, and I was surprised I woke up so early. By early, I meant it was 4 a.m., and it was pretty dark out. I lived in front of a Protestant church, which is called Iglesia Ni Cristo. I think I got that right.
Okay.
They're a big sect all over the Philippines, and I swore they have the best choirs. Imagine waking up hearing angels singing. Yeah, they're that good. That's pretty fucking awesome, actually.
Nice.
I used to work at a job that I didn't like, but it was right across the street from a bakery, so I used to go into work every day like, I hate this job, but at least it smells like motherfucking cookies.
My high school in Texas, on the way to school, after I was able to drive, when I was allowed to drive finally, I would stop at the donut shop. I would stop at the donut shop right across the street from school. Every morning it'd be filled with like a whole crap ton of kids, but I'm like, I want this fucking donuts. They were like 75 cents each.
That's nice
They
and
were
cheap.
so good. But this is like 11 years ago. So, inflation.
Inflation? No,
I'm
it's
sure
not.
they cost like $2 now.
Yeah, probably. I mean, inflation hasn't been that out of control. All I remember of like growing up as a kid, like the whole story I'm going to tell people like when I was young is that when my brother started driving, gas cost less than $1, and when I started driving, gas was $3 a gallon. And I was like, fuck this. This sucks.
In Hawaii, like when I lived in Hawaii, gas was $4. $4 and change.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane by today's standards.
It's insane in the membrane. And then I moved to Texas and I was like, holy hell.
right? So much cheaper. Dear God.
It was like $2 and
I grew up
60 cents or
right
something.
next to an oil refinery, and it was still $3. We had some of the highest gas prices in the nation,
Suck
excluding
my balls.
excluding Hawaii. And we were like, it's right there. It's getting pumped out of the fucking ground in Lake Michigan, right there. That's who my dad worked for. And he'd come home and
Don't
he'd be
you
like,
get discounts?
no, you don't get shit. I mean, you get laid off when they got bought out by BP.
Oh.
So my dad used to work for Amoco Oil, which eventually turned into BP. So they got a fuck ton of people laid off. He never got laid off, though. He was very good at his job. Let me get back to this email.
All right.
Lots of tangents. Hooray. Anyways, something happened to me one morning. There were no people outside and inside the church because it was still pretty early. However, when I was passing by the gates, I saw something move. I think this is the morning where they woke up at 4 a.m. for context. I noticed it from my peripherals that it was pacing back and forth by the church door. So I tried to look at it, but it was dark out, so I couldn't see anything but its silhouette. It took me a bit to recognize what it was, but from what I saw, it had a human torso, and from its head, 2 horns curled up like a ram. Wow.
What the hell?
Sounds like a satyr. I was pacing for a bit. It was pacing for a bit, and it noticed me and looked at me with its piercing, red, glowing eyes. Judging from its reaction, it was surprised to see me looking at him. I would like to think it was like Mr. Tumnus, like, oh shit, someone saw me, and not like something super evil that's about to hunt you down.
Okay.
Getting back to it. We stared for a couple of seconds, then he looked away and went back to pacing back and forth. It also had a tail which whipped in the air frequently. I was carrying a box of some sort, and I think it was a coffin. It was carrying a box of some sort, and I think it was a coffin. That's what it said. I was so surprised when I saw it, and as a kid, I was so confused, never knowing what kind of animal it was.
Oh, my God.
Because, like, what kind of animal carries a coffin, right? Oh, my God. The thing that surprised me the most is my lack of fear from looking at the thing. I looked at my grandma walking ahead almost a block away. So I looked back at the creature, and I shouted, "Hey!" as loud as I could and ran to my grandma. When I got to her side, she asked why I shouted, and I told her it was early in the morning, she told me it was early in the morning and I might wake up the neighbors. I responded, I shouted at her because she was walking so fast and I was lagging behind. That morning, I asked my classmate who goes to the church early if something had happened there. She told me that when they got there, they saw black footprints on the floor, walls, and ceiling in front of the church. I didn't ask any questions after that. A few years passed by without incident nor anything happening which connects to the demon that I saw.
What the
But
hell?
when I was in 3rd or 4th grade, something weird happened to me again.
Oh, God, no.
I was kind of a bad kid at that time, and one time I peed on the, quote, light court, and in parentheses, it's a room with an open ceiling and
Oh
had
my
a huge
God.
glass door. I think it was my grandma's idea to add that to the house. So just pissed on the floor.
Oh, my God.
My grandma was so furious and ordered me to scrub the floor until it didn't smell anymore. At night, I sleepwalked, but at night I sleptwalked and peed there, according to the maid. One time that I was sleepwalking, she was still awake, so she decided to observe what I did. She told me that I get up from my bed and walk towards the light court, open the glass doors, and just stand there mumbling something.
What the
She
heck?
walked near so she could hear what I was saying. It was another language or something that
Oh
my
my
unconscious
gosh.
mind made up and just comes out as mumbling. After a few minutes, she told me that I pulled my shorts down and peed on the floor. I proceeded to close the door, and to her surprise, I walked to my room and I walked to her room and laid on her bed.
Oh, my gosh.
It's like, pull up your pants, dude. I think you already did.
No. Okay, yeah.
So you just pee on the floor and you're laying in someone's bed. The first thing I would think is like, they're going to pee in my bed. The next incident scared her really bad.
Oh, God, okay.
She woke up that one night and saw that I was beside her bed saying something again, and it wasn't just a mumble this time.
Oh,
I was talking
no.
so loud she thought it was almost a scream, and she was so scared when I suddenly stopped. She thought I wasn't breathing, so she tried to shake me to wake me up.
Ah! Okay.
Then I fell to the floor asleep as if nothing had happened, never waking up until the next morning. I was always so confused whenever I woke up on the floor or on her bed. I fucking sleptwalked as a
heck?
kid, so I just remember waking up a place I didn't fucking go to sleep, and it's just the most jarring feeling ever. I didn't tell my grandparents about this, nor did she. That is really nice of her.
Yeah.
I just thought of it as normal, and I might have had a nightmare whenever this was happening. Surprisingly, the sleepwalking suddenly stopped, and I was just plagued with nightmares. Most of the time, it was the same nightmare.
That's so rough, dude.
Recurring nightmares and
Yeah.
sleepwalking. This
Oh
is
my
like my
gosh.
childhood, just in a different spot. I remember that it was about a black snake and how I was trying to run away from it. It strikes and then wakes me up. I was so scared every time I woke up from that nightmare. Over time, it soon faded, only having that dream once in a while, even when I'm living in New York. Welcome to New York. As I was growing up, I learned stuff about possession, and I experienced some possession activities, especially when I
Ugh.
watched Emily Rose. That fucked a lot of
Dude.
people up when they saw that movie. I later learned about the true story of Emily Rose, not Jennifer Carpenter, and her ordeal with demons. I never went full-on possessed because I guess the spirit or demon trying to possess me was a weak-ass motherfucker. That's exactly what it
Oh my
says. I
God.
didn't make that up. You guys always tell people that they shouldn't be sorry for sending a long email, but damn, I think mine's longer. So I apologize for being long. Never apologize.
No,
We always
yeah.
appreciate it.
Yep.
But I hope you guys enjoy reading this. If you guys have questions and I missed some info, and if I miss some info, please email me and I will respond as quick as I can. Also, I never proofread this email, so if there are mistakes in the grammar, type double words, and doesn't make sense, I also apologize. Don't worry about it. It was actually really
It
good.
was really good.
You guys keep on creeping on, and I look forward to more episodes. Thank you so much for sending that in. Yeah, it's super creepy to think about the prospect that you might have been like in the middle of a possession attempt. And I don't think a lot of us would like to think that at all, you know, because it's just a terrifying prospect to like run through your mind. So that was really good. Thank you one more time for sending that in. We appreciate it.
Yep.
So let's take a break and look over to the stream chat and see what's going on. I think
There's lots of talk about the Adventure Zone.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. There's also looks like lots of problem with Twitch, so that sucks. But we're just gonna keep going and see what's going on. And it's nice to know that if Twitch is giving us problems and YouTube's not, then it's not like our setup. It's just it sucks.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go back and see what we're looking at here.
I don't know any of the Adventure Zone references. So that's all you, bruh.
Cool, good to know.
And
I see glitch before we started this one that says bye Batfleck. What else is on here? Oh,
my sock's falling
I
off
thought
my
you
foot.
saw something. I didn't realize
I'm
you were
just fixing it.
taking off your sock.
Oh no, I'm putting back on.
Glitch Grim said, I want a Darkest Night movie. It's a Green Lantern story. I remember Darkest Night. I remember Brightest Day, too. Those are really good stories. There's a lot they could do with DCEU, but they just
I
fucked it all up at
want
this point.
to buy the Superman series about the Red Sun or whatever.
Where he lands in Russia instead of the
Mhm.
United States. I'm
Yeah.
going to scoot your mic because it's covering your face. Your very pretty face. Let everyone see it.
It's okay.
What else? Taz has me shook, says Pancakes29. I have not listened to the newer Taz since they shifted into their new arc. I listened to their experimental arcs, then once they announced... my mic's covering my face, too. I'm a hypocrite. Once they announced that they were going to be moving into the other one, Amnesty, I haven't listened to it. I want to get a backlog. I'm like you guys. You guys want to listen to a bunch of episodes? I'm the same way. So I'm just running back through the normal one, and then I'll catch up. What? What's that face?
No, nothing. I can't speak of any of this because I don't know.
Glitch says, here there be gerblins. I have the book that they sold, and it's really good. I'm really happy I bought it. It's like a graphic novel if you guys haven't seen it. It's on Amazon. It's fun. I think it got to like number 6 on the New York Times bestseller list too. So lots of people out there like Taz. Melissa Joan from YouTube says, please start a movie podcast in all caps. It's a matter of time at this point, yeah. I really think. So just stay tuned. We'll have announcements sooner or later. And honestly, like just 100% me being truthful with you guys, like we have an idea in mind. We want to move forward with it. There's been a lot going on recently. It's just been like a really rough couple of weeks. I mean, for me personally, I don't know why everything just decided to stop working, but we're trying to make sure everything's good to go. And then on top of that, like we have to look at the idea of like, when's the best time to start a podcast? Like, cause the first like 2 weeks to a month of a podcast life cycle is very important to like getting exposure. And, you know, we ask a lot of you guys. We have contests where it's like share, like, tag a friend, stuff like that. And I don't want you guys to get fatigue of doing that or just to drive your friends crazy. But we do want you guys to support it and, you know, let people know like, hey, check out this new podcast. If you guys like it, if it's shit, then obviously don't listen to it. Give us feedback and maybe we'll stop it.
Please don't think we're shit.
Please don't hate it. And if you do, then we can retool and do different things. But it's just... It's a little bit stressful, and with Scary-ish doing fairly well, and we want to grow it as much as possible and expand the audience, like, kind of don't want to split, like, our attention away from you guys because you guys have been so great. We don't want to just shift onto something else.
Right.
So, but it's a passion project. It's something I really want to do.
Yeah.
So we'll probably get there.
Swazzle says, I'm terrified I'm going to punch one of my kids, or my kid one day when I wake up to them standing beside me. I would freak out after watching Paranormal Activity and how the wife or whatever stands next to the bed for so long just
I'm
staring.
happy I haven't done that yet because I did that a lot when I was a kid.
If you I will kick you so hard.
Swazzle said, I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I didn't like the one that Travis picked where they were trying a different type of game, but this Monster of the Week style works well. Travis's was Wild West setting, which I kind of liked. I didn't like the way that the game was handled, like the game mechanics of it. I actually liked the storyline, though. So this is all Adventure Zone stuff. So, as Wazzle said, did they see Krampus? Was this Christmas time when we were describing the creature that was seen in the email? That's fucking hilarious. I didn't even consider that.
I feel bad now about this whole seed spreading thing.
Why?
I don't know, because it's still happening.
I mean, you should read what you're reading so we all understand what's going on. You're reading them to yourself again.
Connor asked what he missed, and Zwazzle's like, you did not miss any more references to spreading your seed, so there's that.
That's a good thing. Yep.
It's just corn, because he is the corn lord.
I meant in the story Adam is reading, but yeah, I thought the Taz reference to Mothman was funny. I don't think I've heard it yet. Yeah, I haven't listened to the new ones like I was saying.
Connor said he woke up after falling asleep and his 6-year-old cousin was standing at the door staring at him. That's creepy.
Fear Sakurai over on YouTube says, have you guys watched Darling in the Franxx yet?
I haven't. I honestly actually don't know where we could watch it. Maybe it's on Crunchyroll?
What is it?
It's an anime.
Oh, yeah. I've not even heard of it.
It's really popular. I can't believe how much traction that anime has garnered or achieved. I don't know.
Both work.
Either way. It is insanely popular, and I should get my hands on it. We just haven't because we're watching so much horror themed
it's October
stuff right now.
So I mean, we usually do anyways, but now we're watching, like, we've really amped it up.
Yeah, October is my horror movie cram-in month.
When I met Robin, she never watched horror movies. That's 100% true. And then I just convinced her, like, hey, it would be fun to do this. Let's start watching some of them, and now we've been addicted to them. So it's a good thing. We probably wouldn't have this podcast if we wouldn't have started watching horror movies.
That's very
true.
She
didn't like being scared at all. So
I still don't like being very scared.
She gets scared about everything. I think you guys can notice that.
Connor says, what if you woke up and saw yourself standing in the doorway staring at you? So I was like, nope, punch myself in the face.
I'd be like, doppelganger, you're going to go find a job for me. I'm going to chill at home.
Glitch says, bye, Ashley.
Color Me Claire over on YouTube says, Robin, your makeup looks hella cute today.
Oh.
Nothing?
No,
I'm like,
so
that's
nice.
such a nice compliment. She didn't say anything.
I'm sorry. I was reading, but that's very nice. Thank you. My hair, I was wearing sunglasses on my head all day because I don't know how other way to put my sunglasses away when I'm done with them. So my hair was like split straight down the middle, and I just took that and was like, just pin it to the sides, straight down the middle, it's fine. And I normally hate that. I don't know why, but I just left it today because it's like that now.
I think you look really good. So
Oh, girl,
good job.
thanks.
Yep. I didn't really do a lot. I screen tested a shirt. It was wrinkly as fuck, so I'm like, can't wear this. So I put a button up over it. So, and that's what I did. That was everything. I did my hair, took a shower. That's it. That's all. You're welcome. That's my makeup tips. That's been Adam's makeup corner.
I go to work, and then I rush back, and then I make dinner, and then I...
Whoa. She makes dinner for herself.
For myself.
For no one else.
I make food for myself, usually ramen, because I'm Asian and do that. And then I try to put my makeup on as quick as possible and change my outfit because my work outfits blow. And yeah, and then I sit here.
We try and get a screen test in. Sometimes we don't even have enough time to screen test before we go live because we'll be doing the countdown. And if we screen test, then you guys all see us screen testing what we're wearing. So like I try and pick something like before because I have the time to do it. But Wednesdays are a busy day for me too. I have to go to like 2 different banks every Wednesday. Almost every Wednesday I'm going to the gym, and then I usually have one other thing I have to do. But I should have enough time to test it. You know what happens when I don't have enough time to test to make sure everything works out? What happened last week? Everything fails. It's one of the only times it's ever happened, and I had like fucking 6 minutes to figure out what the hell we were gonna do. So good to know. That's been our look into our routines before each show.
Connor said, "My bad, forgive me." Dude, seriously though, as that was coming out of my mouth, that's all I could think of. And then I was like,
I saw your eyes like,
fuck,
as it was coming out, like, seed.
I was just like, dang it, no. So I was like, plants.
I didn't
things.
go. I tried to kind of let it go. I still brought up that it sounded inappropriate, but like the picture I got when you said like spreading seed was just like seeds in the hand being thrown in the air, which eventually came into this getting thrown in the air. So, yeah, super appropriate podcast times. I think we've gone through.
Says your face looks good.
Aw, thank you. Appreciate it.
Pretty princess. Hold on. Yeah. Okay.
She does that when I'm driving, by the way. I always have hands in my face or poking me or something like that, and I'll be driving. I'm like, if we die, it's your fault. Like, I just want you to know that.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn. This
All
is
right.
the last one of the night, and then after that, we will do... Are we going to do marbles on stream to end the show like we always do?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Why not? Fudge it. Maybe Glitch Grim can win 2 things in one day. Be kind of cool. We'll see what happens. But let's get to...
let me show you the stickers I just got printed. Hold on.
Okay, so we're going to continue this quick pause. I actually really like these stickers, so...
Yeah. I actually... Oh, shit, sorry.
They probably can't hear, but that's okay. She's coming back now.
I actually got them manufactured somewhere. So they're kind of like fancy-ish looking and probably not going to get more made because it's expensive. So, but they're little stickers, and they're super cute, like vinyl stickers.
And they say why, though, just like this thing I popped up on your screen.
Yeah, they're really nice, and like I'm pretty sure they're waterproof.
That's a bold claim. We should test that.
Okay, they're not waterproof. They're water resistant.
As a side note, I just want to say that soon, very soon, we're going to be getting a package that's been sent to us from Modern Physics, and we're going to have some promotional material, and they sent us a not a copy, I guess isn't the thing. They sent us one of our logo bombs, and I cannot fucking wait to see it. If we have more than one, we're going to use one, but we're going to keep it on the desk so you guys can see what it looks like.
Yep.
Probably through the Christmas season because they have sponsored us for quite a while, for like the next 2.5 months, I think.
Oh, cool.
So we can go through the spooky season, the Thanksgiving season, and the Christmas season, and that basement
All for
promo.
gifts.
Like, I'm going to put a different ad into the podcast itself, but like that 30%, like 30% off is a lot. And it's honestly because the owner of Modern Physics, she's fucking awesome. She's one of my favorite people on the planet. Like, I follow her on Facebook personally, and like she's just a really good person that wants to make sure everyone has like a really quality product. Like, she's super committed to it, and she reaches out and she works with us on everything. So if you guys want to toss any money towards any like bath products, totally check that out because it's 100% worth it. That's me saying this to you as a person, and this isn't like an ad I'm running right now. I will record an ad separately after the podcast though. So cool. Are we going to do nails, or are we going to read another one?
Oh, I think I chipped my nail.
Oh, God, no. When we record on Sundays, she will literally stop the podcast so she can fix a nail. That will happen.
Because it like gets there, and it's just like nagging at me, and it's just... Okay. Anyway, so this story goes, my name is Noah. Hello, Noah.
Hello.
I'm currently using my stepfather's account due to this stupid-ass computer that's...
I understand all about those technical difficulties. My heart is with you.
Anyway, I have recently found your podcast on Spotify. Yay!
Shout out to Spotify.
And I have a couple weird things I would not mind if you shared on your podcast. So, the first thing is I feel as if my house is haunted, and I have some symptoms, including strange smells, feeling like I'm watched, and more spooky shit. The second thing is I had a dream and I spawned in this place that looked exactly like the Upside Down from Stranger Things.
That's creepy, but also kind of awesome. Because the Upside Down looks fucking cool.
I had a gun in my hand walking around. Out of this locker, a zombie bites my arm. I kill him and a horde of zombies chases after me. I woke up with this big long scratch and I don't have a cat, only dogs.
Wow.
Sometimes...
Okay, go ahead.
No, you can go.
I was going to say, sometimes your dreams adjust to what's happening to you outside. Like, of your body. Like, if you have to pee in real life, you have to pee in your dream, and then you have the pee dream, and then you piss your pants.
Bro, no, though. I had a dream.
Bro, no, though.
I had a dream last night where I peed in my dream, and I didn't pee in real life. So sometimes that's not true.
Sometimes. But sometimes you pee your pants.
Sometimes. Dead's better.
But sometimes you get scratched, and then in your dream you have a dream where you got scratched because that happened.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you have a dream where you wake up, and then all of a sudden you have scratches on your body that match exactly what happened, which is just creepy as fuck.
Right. We actually just got to the episode of Supernatural. I've seen this episode already. I really like it. But it's where Sam and Dean get put into the video game with Charlie. Felicia Day.
Which is weird because I didn't know that's what's happening.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Spoilers.
It happened. Sorry. But it's a really good episode. Can't wait to watch it with you. Mind blown. Okay.
It was probably really good when you watch it for the first time and you didn't know what was happening, but now that I know what's happening, it's...
Shit.
Yeah, ruined.
Sorry.
Thanks.
Anyway, the third thing is one night I went to bed like normal. I opened my eyes and saw a light. Then I closed them again and passed out. I wake up in my bed upside down with scoop or slash marks on my arm.
Scoop
like
marks?
Gouges, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
That were not there before. I try to show my loved ones my mysterious scars, and they're gone. Later that night, I go in the shower, and they're there. I hear voices that are unfamiliar in my for sure haunted house. Sadly,
now it's to the point where it's like, it's for sure I'm hearing shit.
Sadly, I do not have sage to burn, but incense. My grandmother died recently, and I hope it is my ancestors, or at least her. That's really sad. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I came from a state that's famous for haunted attractions, Utah. I'm waiting for something spooky to happen. After that spooky moment, I will immediately message you.
Good to know. Go Facebook Live.
You're free to put this on your podcast. I would obviously enjoy it. Don't let a 1-star rating ruin you. Oh, that's so nice.
Thank you. We appreciate
you so much. Seriously, everyone's outpouring of support totally outweighs one shitty person.
Yeah.
So,
and honestly, the shitty person who left a really shitty review that made no sense and had no context to the podcast, enough people marked it as either not helpful or reported it that it got taken down because it made no sense. It was just super insulting, and within like 48 hours, it was removed. And it's not that we don't appreciate feedback, even negative feedback, but when it's just like someone taking a shot at us, get fucked. And we have a lot of people that have our back. And you guys are amazing, so thank you for that. We appreciate you.
Thank you. All right. That punk ass bitch don't know what the hell they're talking about. Is what it says. That's amazing.
We appreciate that.
You two are my role models. I'm gonna start a podcast when I move out. Oh,
Aww.
That's so cool.
Let us know if you need help. We will let you know.
You guys always scare the crap out of me. Keep on being scary-ish. Your fan Noah. P.S. I recommend the Kappa or Kappa. Kappa?
I don't know.
It's a Japanese water monster. For the next episode.
Cool.
Cool.
I love doing creature features, so we will definitely look into that. We are rapidly approaching the Halloween episodes, and I have something picked for that, which I can't remember right now, but I wrote it down. So it's fun stuff.
All right. So, what is that? The last one?
That was the last one.
Oh, snap.
You read your longest one in the middle.
Ah.
Yeah, like you usually read your longest one at the end, but that was definitely not your longest one.
Cool.
So let's take a look over to Stream Chat, see what you guys have to say, and then we're on to Marbles on Stream. Diana over on YouTube says, stopping by to say hi. I'll be waiting for the podcast version because I've loved listening to you guys as I work. Have a good show. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Pancake says, if you pee in your dream, you pee in real life. Whenever I pee in my dream, it's an endless pee, and I don't know why I can't.
See, that's what happened.
I'm just like, why is it not feeling better? And then I wake up. But when I was a kid, I used to be like, why isn't this stopping? And then it would start to feel better, and then I'd be like, oh, I'm pissing my pants.
In my dream last night, it was like a fucking waterfall, bro, for real. I know, TMI, but seriously, my dream was like that. And then in real life, nothing happened. I don't know. So I don't know if maybe, oh, you know what? Never mind. I'll keep that little tidbit to myself. It's not so,
gross, right?
Gross. Anyway, girls will understand. Let us move on.
Oh my god.
Okay. So, I literally only have 10 of these. I only got 10 of these made, so I maybe if we can afford it later on, I'll make more if these sell or something like that, or if I give them all away because they're really cute. But
Swazzle said, "Dude, the logo bombs are so freaking cute." I agree.
They're very cute, and she makes them all by hand.
She
too.
does. Yeah,
so
that's all her making that shit by hand. I don't know if she brings anyone in when she gets a lot of orders. They got decent amount of business from us the last time they sponsored us. They were very happy about that, and so were we. So all I know is that Scarish one is fucking awesome. So if you guys want to get it, we fully support that. And you know what? We should make a hashtag for that too. Hello.
A hashtag for what?
If people get the Scarish bath bomb.
Oh yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. What should we make it? We have to think of something. You guys should
think of
suggest
something
some stuff
clever.
in the chat.
I don't know. We're not
we'll
very
announce
clever,
it on the
but,
next
you know.
one.
Beep boop ba 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 ba. Okay.
Coach Graham says, right, I am getting some for Christmas gifts. That's a really good idea. I could use them to vinyl my bumper because they're definitely waterproof. That's
They're
hilarious.
not. I'm sorry. They're the same material as the sticker I have on my laptop, and it seems to have been lasting, and the color doesn't come off. So, I don't know. It's not. I don't know.
The only way to do it is to test it, which
yeah,
we will do.
We'll do some experiments, I'm sure.
Swazzle says, I don't do bath bombs, but I'm getting several for gifts. They really make good gifts, especially to, like, I don't know, anyone that you know likes to relax. It's just like, here's something you can drop in the bath. It'll make you smell really good. It'll look really cool.
Beep boo.
Which Grim says, were there Egos? Because the person was in the upside down of the dream. It's hilarious.
Glitch says, I've been saying sometimes dead's better, like to a guy from South Park, and he yells at me. I do it every time he dies in Overwatch.
That's so fucking funny. I'm going to start doing that.
But yeah, anyway, boop boop. That's the end of my side. What do you got?
That's pretty much everything. We didn't have a whole lot of stuff over on YouTube, so let's go ahead and move into Marbles on Stream.
All right.
Which means you have to vamp, which is not your strong suit.
Yes. So yeah, thank you guys for sticking with us. I know it hasn't been a crazy long stream this time, I don't think.
We're almost at 8 o'clock, so it's not the longest, but it's definitely not short. So,
but we really appreciate you guys sticking with us, and make sure you remember to send in your stuff. I know a lot of people are too afraid or too shy to share their experiences, but I like to think we've built a pretty safe community that's very accepting. Don't forget to join our Discord because we like to chat with you, and I know it's a little different than most podcasts that most people talk to, maybe where they don't get enough interaction from them or whatever, but we want to make you feel included and know that without you guys, we really wouldn't be here. So it's something that we like to have.
We just have a lot of outlets for you guys to reach out to us, and it's like it's not anyone but me or Robin replying to you. And sometimes like we reply as if we were the podcast, and sometimes we reply like if it's from us.
You'll be able to tell if it's me though, because
she says that
I don't know how I talk. I type how I talk. I literally type how I talk. So any LOLs or whatever, that's just, I don't know.
I put laughing emojis all over everything whenever I'm representing the podcast, so people think I'm her. So you'll never know. I'm very good. So we're going to switch over to the Marbles on Stream.
I don't like you stealing my identity.
This is identity theft is not a joke, Robin. But let me go ahead and get this out of the way on my screen. And then we have to decide which track we're going to play. And I like Pixel's Death Alley. I think that sounds pretty fucking awesome, actually. But I don't see anything other on the blah, 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 blah. Words are hard. I don't see any suggestions over on the Twitch chat. I do, however, notice that we are not on the stream anymore.
What?
Our camera has disappeared, but hey, that's okay. It's just radio at this point, I guess. So I knew we were going to have some technical difficulty, and it has cropped up.
Is that how radio works?
Haunted Hammer is what Glitch says. So we say Haunted Hammer right there is long, but it also has a very high play rate.
Thank you for joining us on the stream, Pancakes.
We appreciate you guys switching over right now. You guys are the greatest. You're the best around, and nothing's going to ever keep you down. So I think it's about time that we go ahead and get this thing started. We're just going to go with this one because it looks right. McShake and Bake says, what is this? I don't think McShake and Bake's been here for one of these.
It's Marbles on Stream. It's a little marble game we play at the end of our streams now, and we give away a sticker to whoever wins.
Basically, you're going to, when this starts, if you type an ! play in the Twitch chat, you join the game because that's how the game is, just how it works. You get a marble, and then it's just a long track that the marbles all race each other, and whoever wins at the end, gets something. So let's go ahead and start it. And when we get there, you guys will be able to, right now, type !play.
Yes.
And you will see the player list grow with your name on it. Butter and Butt was the first one in. McShake and Bake was the second one in. And this is all it is. And then at the end, these things are going to race each other, and whoever gets to the end is going to get some stickers.
Did Glitch log in? I don't see Glitch on there.
I'm sure Glitch will log on. So just give it time. Yep, there it is.
Woo!
Sometimes dead's better.
I don't see how that fit in. But
it doesn't, but I just like saying it. I'm really annoyed that our camera's not working now for some reason, because just something has to go wrong every single time. All right, we're getting there. It looks like we have 9 people joined in. So, who else is going to join, if anyone?
I don't know. Let's wait another, 30 seconds.
We'll give it another 30 seconds. That sounds good.
Yeah. So, we are so glad you guys are here. I think this has been pretty fun the last couple of times we've done it. And
I agree.
It's I think it's entertaining. I know it's like mindless balls floating down tracks.
Mindless balls is what we're all about. So I'm going to click start, but you will still have 10 seconds left to join the game. So don't worry.
Exclamation point play.
Exclamation point play if you would like to play. I'm clicking it on the wrong screen. So here we go. We got 10 seconds before we get going, and then we're going to see what happens. I have your names listed on all your balls so we can see who's in the lead. And away we go.
Are those balls or holes? Or I don't know.
I don't know what they are.
They're all balls.
Looks like McShake and Bake and Valley Girls is fighting for the first place spot right now. This is a really bizarre track. I don't know what the hell is going on.
What is this anti-gravity crap?
I don't know. This does seem very haunted because I have no idea what the hell is happening. Glitchgrim, however, is right there in first place. Oh, it's really confused about who's in first place right now. Looks like Valley Girls is in first place. And Chessy Cats is glowing. Did you buy yourself a custom marble? That's so cool. I know that we can make them if we put some money into it.
What? Really?
Yeah, you can have your logo on these things as well. So we're definitely going to look into that at some point. This is really cool. I like this track a lot. I like that it's all swirly down here. So right now, Pancakes29 is in first place, but we're going to come into, I don't know, I'm going to nickname this the Gauntlet. Because you have to get down that hole. Everyone's got their momentum.
The gauntlet,
and there's a bunch of spikes. Well, I mean, I'm not original. I stole it from something. Oh, McShake and Bake's making his move. Oh, wow. He got through that really quick. All right, guys. You're going to need to catch up. Glitchgrim's right behind him. There's a bunch of pumpkins. He destroyed a pumpkin.
Look how cute that is.
That's a crime. This is actually really cool. I really like this track. Snuck around. Valley Girls is just blowing right through those pumpkins. This is nauseating, but that's okay. Hopefully you don't fall off the edge. McShake and Bake. Valley Girls is taking the lead. Picking up momentum, McShake and Bake right on her heels. It actually lists McShake and Bake in first place, but there goes Valley Girls taking over first place. And now we're going to spin round and round and see what the hell happens.
Right round, like a record baby.
This might be the place where McShake and Bake can catch up, or another person that's in third place, which is Pancakes29. Pancakes29 is still all the way up there. It looks like it's a 2-horse race right now between McShake and Bake and Valley Girls. It's another elevator. I have no idea how far this has to go. It looks like there's a lot more track left here. McShake and Bake's still back there. Valley Girls is way far in the lead. McShake and Bake's back here in the first elevator. Valley Girls is sort of dominating right now. I say girls, even though it says grills.
Valley Grills.
My ball totally pushed you in the hole, says Zawazzles. Zawazzles. Valley Girls is falling down the stairs right now. McShake and Bake's right behind her. Lots of momentum.
It's scary to watch because, like, I get anxiety that balls are going to fly off.
Yeah, McShake and Bake would have caught up right there really well if they hadn't clipped.
Oh,
ooh,
crap.
This one's going to be dangerous. It is covered, so you're not going to fly off the edge in this spot, but you're going to get knocked around a little bit. McShake and Bake has taken the lead now because of those fans right near the end, but here comes, I don't know how to describe this.
What the heck? This is such a cool track.
Slow down a little bit, but it's making its way through. Swazzles is just fucking flying. Look at that. Now in second place, McShake and Bake is making his run right now towards the end. Swazzles is hot on his heels. Slowed down a little bit himself. This is so ridiculous. I don't know why I find it so addicting to watch. McShake and Bake in the channel in all caps says, oh shit, go. Pancakes29 and Chessy Cat 98 and Glitchgrim have been eliminated. They've all fallen off. I don't know where that happened.
Goodness.
McShake and Bake is just pushing his way through. Excuse me. Excuse me. And McShake and Bake is our winner for Marbles on Stream this week. Second place looks like it's going to go to Zozzles if he can make his way. Swazzles if he can make his way through this spot. It is a harsh way to end this. And I will say this was a little bit more exciting than they normally are. Sometimes people pull out in front and then they never give it up. But this time there was a lot of lead changes.
Yeah.
Swazzles made it really interesting at the end there too. Glitch Grim says no.
Sweaty palm spaghetti.
That's hilarious. And don't worry, Glitch, because you did win the big contest for sharing for the 500 likes. I think it's really fun that the day that we announced the 500 like winner is the same day that we had 600 likes get hit on Facebook.
Yeah, and he sent us a story too.
Yeah, this is true. It was all about, this was a Glitch Grim episode. Yeah. Very heavy Glitch Grim episode. So we hope you appreciated it.
I hit my chest like you can actually see
a two-tapper. We'll wait until we switch back. I'm just sort of waiting to make sure everyone else finishes. Looks like Butter and Butt is third place. And we're waiting on Alice in Wonderland. Wonderland. I think they made it through quicker than anyone else did when it came to the end. And then they launched off the fucking edge like they were shot out of a cannon. So that's unfortunate. But hey, you did very well. We appreciate everyone joining and watching. We're going to come back to the actual stream. So thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. I think we're about ready to get to the point where we do the end of the podcast. If I'm correct, I'm going to leave it up to you because I'm trying to close this game out. So.
Yes. So yeah, just to remind everyone, we do have Ko-fi set up, so ko-fi.com/carriagepodcast. Any of your donations there will go to helping us set up the video studio area here, so new lighting, because right now we're using literally just light bulbs.
Just light bulbs covered with wax paper.
Yeah.
Upgrading the consistency of our pass-through, because right now it's failed on us a couple of times. Our camera died, but at least it came back, and we came back to you guys.
And I know a lot of you are saying, like, there's lots of lag issues and stuff like that, so we definitely want to make it a little bit easier, a nicer stream.
Not exactly sure the best way we can do that, because we're running off a laptop that's running off of Wi-Fi. I mean, I can bust out a drill and a really long LAN cable, but we'll see what winds up happening with that. But everything that you guys donate us is going to go towards spooky meetups or upgrading our stream or upgrading our quality in whatever way we can.
Yeah, so any donations to the Ko-fi will help with video stuff. We do have our Patreon goal still, patreon.com/scarypodcast. That is a monthly donation service. So their tiers start at $1 and you get early access, and we need to start doing polls again and ask you guys what you want our topics to be and things like that.
We've had very specific topics in mind for the month of October, so it's been like not as much tossed up there for you guys to tell us what to do, but one of the most popular episodes we've had is the Black-Eyed Children episode.
Yes.
And Staircases in the Woods. And that was stuff that you guys picked, so we're definitely going to have you guys probably for our first topic in November.
Yeah.
Pick what we're doing, so go ahead and sign up over there.
I want to do like a Twitter poll. I think I'm going to do a Twitter poll and ask you guys what to paint my nails because I'm struggling right now.
Wow.
I know that's a really weird question, but I don't know what color to paint them, and they're actually long again, and so I'm like, what do I want to do?
All the stuff the listeners are dying to tell us to do. Robin, paint your nails this color.
My nails. And what else is there?
If you guys want to reach out to us, you can email storytime@scarish.com. You can also go to facebook.com/scarishpodcast, like the page, message us from there. You can join the Spooky Friends group, which is called the Scarish Spooky Friends group. Post your story there for some instant feedback, or just join in the fun. We post a lot of really fun stuff. You can also join the Discord by going to scarish.com and clicking on the link that says join us on Discord on the right-hand side. And aside from that, our Instagram is @scarishpodcast. Our Twitter is @scarishpod. I think that is all the social media outlets that we have for you guys to reach out to us. So if you guys just want to say, hey, we listened to you, go ahead. If you guys want to leave us a review, iTunes is the best place to do it. If you can't find us on iTunes, the best way to just locate where you can leave a review is scarish.com. There's a post right there that says rate and review us, and you can follow it. It's been there forever. I've mentioned it already once on the podcast.
Whoops.
So I think that's just about everything that we have, unless you can think of anything that we left out. One more shout out to Justin for winning the contest. Thank you so much for sharing. We appreciate it.
And thank you, Connor, for being an amazing producer for the show.
Yeah, shout out to Connor. You are a spooky producer because you have that tier over there, but you're also our friend, and we really appreciate you donating to us. It means a lot to us, and everyone that kicks in anything financially or a review or just a shout out or just listens every week, and we just don't know your name because you're one of the silent majority out there who download us but don't say anything. We appreciate you too.
Yep.
So I think that's just about everything that we have for the Storytime 36. I don't even know what episode this is, but thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you. So, Robin, go ahead and sign us out.
Keep on creeping on, and we'll talk to you guys next week.